Yes, Ms. Bowe.
Colonel, Commissioners, just by way of orientation, for the first part of the session, we'll be making use of File 1, which contains Colonel's statement, and you'll see there are 2 statements in there, and we'll also be making a lot of reference to the exhibit file that's labeled Boyson's CAS 98 docket and Khan disciplinary. Colonel, just to confirm, in front of you, directly in front of you, there should be 2 files. One that contains your statement and another that contains exhibits. And the first part of those exhibits is the docket.
Yes, Commissioner.
Thank you. And then later in the day, we'll also make use of, it's a file labeled a statement and annexures for a Ms. Maposho. But I will indicate that when we get there. Colonel, if we can then go to the file that contains your statement. Can you confirm that this is a statement that you have prepared for purposes of giving testimony before this commission?
Yes, I do confirm, Commissioner.
And if you can then go to page 5 of that statement, can you confirm that that is your signature?
It is indeed mine, Commissioner.
And then can you confirm that the contents of the statement are, to the best of your knowledge, true and correct?
Yes, I can confirm, Commissioners.
Thank you. Commissioners, earlier in my discussions with Colonel, he indicated that when he was preparing the statement, he did so in a rush, and there are many details that are outstanding. So the approach to going through the statement, we'll first go through the background part. But for what comes after paragraph 6, we'll go through it slowly with reference to what is contained in the docket.
And how will you deal with the second statement?
The second statement is an annexure and contains, by and large, what is already contained in the first statement.
Yes.
And
perhaps the rush explains the confusion that I had. The reference to the many names and so on and so on. I got totally confused.
Yes, Chair, we'll try to identify all of the role players as we go.
Yes,
and then just
I don't mean this in any, I'm not saying this in any derogatory sense, Colonel. I understand, as the evidence leader says, that you were in a rush to finalize, your statement. Thank you.
Colonel, if we can start with the first part of your statement and at least deal with the first 5 paragraphs which contain your background.
Starting at 1.
Yes.
We state that I started my policing career in 1992, 07, 03, and after passing out in December 1992, I was posted at a police station, as a Malabo police station as a constable. In 1994, I was promoted to the rank of a sergeant, and I was posted in the administration, of which focus area was logistics and finance. Then in 1996, I got transferred and worked at Capricorn Area Finance at Polokwane until 1999, when I got my promotion to the rank of a warrant officer and posted to Crime Prevention Polokwane Police Station. During December of the same year, I obtained my national diploma in policing from the then Technicon SA. In 2002, I was recruited to a detective section of the station in Polokwane, but started doing tracing of wanted suspects or the so-called red dockets. And it did not take long, and I was tasked to investigate and investigated what was then called trio crimes.
What are red dockets?
Red dockets is the dockets that have been closed with warrants of arrest. That is why we are calling them red dockets.
It's not the same thing as cold. Is it called cold dockets or cold?
No,
cold cases.
No, it's red docket.
Okay. No.
Yes,
What's the difference between the two, cold cases and red dockets?
The cold, you might find the case has been closed with no suspect, and suspect unknown. Then either awaiting the outcomes, it can either be the DNA, the fingerprints, any other thing that may identify the person. Then those dockets were the cold dockets. Now, after having received that information, then it comes to life. Thanks, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Colonel, what are trio crimes?
That will, at that time, we're investigating the crimes of house breakings, we're doing carjackings, and yeah, those were my focus area.
Okay.
I have undergone the following in-service training: detective learning program, disciplinary hearing courses, organized crime investigators course, and 3008 basic computer competency. I'm currently studying towards my LLB with Regenesis Law School. So,
Colonel, before you move, can you also deal with, have you done any drug-related courses?
yeah, I think I was. When I started investigating drug docket, the first thing I was taken through was the drug identification workshop. I have also undergone a course which was offered by the United Nations on, it was a cyber element of crime, crime investigation, cyber elements. It was offered by the United Nations on drug and justice system. If I remember well, I can recall, my professor then was Professor, I think it's Sudart. Those were the courses and the training that I've undergone regarding drugs and investigations, and also undergone the courses of chemical identification, precursor chemicals and investigations. In fact, precursors to illegal drugs, Commissioner, to be clear.
Thanks, Colonel.
So, in 2016, 0801, I got a post of a captain in the West Rand in Gauteng as an investigator. That is when I started investigating the same. Then, the group, SANEP, was then moved to Johannesburg unit, and I was focused on South African Narcotic Enhancement Bureau. And within a short space of time, all SANEP members were moved to Germiston unit. In 2019 early, we were posted at OR Tambo International Airport to investigate drugs, economic protected resources, cases of illicit movement of money. And in early 2020, we are called to do the same work in Germiston.
It still remained within DPCI?
It still remained within the DPCI.
Okay, thank you.
Colonel, when exactly do you join DPCI?
In 2016.
In 2016.
In 2021, 0709 at about 11, I received a call that we must go to R10 to attend to complaint of drug dealings. Then informed Warrant Officer Pume, Warrant Officer Machebe, to drive together and go to the scene. Since it was a year of COVID, Warrant Officer Pume opted to use other vehicle and drove with Warrant Officer Machebe.
Colonel, just before you move, let's start with who did you receive a call from?
Lieutenant Colonel Ludik back then.
And the two warrant officers that accompanied you, were they warrant officers at the time?
At the time, they were sergeants, both of them. Now they're warrant officers.
And, sorry, before we even go deeper into what happens on the 9th, when did you get promoted to Lieutenant Colonel?
2022, November 1, to Limpopo, where I'm currently, but still under SANEP. I'm heading the section.
You're heading SANEP for
Correct.
Limpopo.
Yes.
So would this be the same role that Colonel Steyn is playing in Gauteng?
That is correct.
Okay, you can continue.
We, together with Pume, arrived at the scene within 30 minutes after receiving the complaint. And there were people, if you can look at the statement I omitted, there were people at the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I was approached by a warrant officer, Rekhozo, who was at that time with Colonel Maluleke, the unit commander of Johannesburg.
And just to get a sense, Warrant Officer Rekhozo's from?
Serious organized crime. In fact, he's within the DPCI with me, but we have got 3 divisions in serious organized crime.
Mm-hmm. What are the 3 divisions?
The other section that was where I was based is SANEP, concentrating on drugs and all this relevant legal drugs and illegal drugs. Warrant Officer Rekhozo was from serious organized crime also, but he was at we call it now NPVC, which was violent crimes. They were specifically dealing with the catch and transit offenses, in short. And there was a section of EPR, which is for the economic protected species, which specifically deals with, amongst others, illegal mining and other things. So I was not in those 2. Mine was in SANEP.
Okay.
Rekhozo was in NPVC.
Serious.
Yeah, he was on, we just say violent crimes.
Violent crimes, okay.
Yes.
And then this Colonel Maluleke, who's the unit commander?
Colonel Maluleke was the unit commander of Johannesburg.
In DPCI.
In DPCI. In fact, we had the unit in Johannesburg, we had the unit in Germiston, we had the unit in the West Rand, we had the unit in Vaal, we had the unit in Pretoria.
And then you say that when you arrived, there were people at the scene. Can you describe what you mean by people at the scene?
Upon my arrival, there were people on the scene. Amongst them, there were police officers and the employee of the company at that Scania. But I was made to understand that company is not Scania, because they were just the agent responsible for accepting the, what is the better term for There is,
Cargo,
we call them what agent?
shipping.
Shipping
Transport.
agent. In fact, they are just receiving any items on behalf of their clients.
One of the clients being Scania.
One of the clients being Scania.
Okay.
Oh, so then when a shipment is expected for a particular company, does that company then come when the shipping arrives? Or is it received by this company?
Their duty, they are facilitating. Whatever consignment need to be brought to the company. In fact, they will be declaring on behalf of the client.
Are they the receiving agent?
They are the receiving agent. Thanks, Commissioner.
Just to understand, as the receiving agent, like in this instance, we know that Scania employees were at the premises. Was that normal?
Let us put it clear. Those employees there, they are not employed by Scania.
Okay.
Let's talk specifics. There was Miss Wenzel. I think another surname is
Jolene.
also used. Jolene, I think.
Jolene Wenzel.
Yes,
Kukamo.
yes.
She's working for the shipping agent,
Not for Scania.
not for Scania.
There was also a man, I forget his name completely.
The one who cut open the container. I know.
Maybe if you mention the name, I'll remember. What's the name? It doesn't matter. So he too worked for this receiving.
They are working for that clearing agent.
Okay, all right.
The clearing agent.
All right, thank you.
So Elias Mosetla and Mtungwa were
Yes.
also, so they are all employed for this
They
receiving.
are- according to the information I received, those people I was informed they are working for the clearing agent.
All right. So, and the police officers, on your arrival, where did they come from? Or could you identify the various police at the scene?
There were various police officers,
Yes.
and then there were others. I can't remember the vehicle, but they were driving marked car. One of them that I've identified, there was Captain Optov, who was in uniform.
I think that's from the flying squad.
And then they are from the flying squad.
Yes. Yes, so you could identify those that were from the flying squad from their marked vehicles?
And later on, as and when we were progressing, there were others that I have identified, but they were just onlookers.
Okay.
That is why they could not appear anywhere in my statement.
I'm sorry, I may have missed this. Did you say Optov was one of those from Poisons or not?
To me, he said he's from flying squad.
Or Flying Squad?
He is the one of those who were manning a roadblock before this incident. Yes, Commissioner.
He was not in the marked vehicle that parked in front of the black.
No, he was
Nissan.
not.
No, not. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
And how many people approximately do you think were around the scene, in and around the scene?
Commissioner, to be precise, they might be over 20 or more. There were a lot. There were people, a lot of people.
Okay. And then you say you were approached by Warrant Officer Rekotso. Was he expecting you?
Yes, this is what he said. My colonel phoned your office. My colonel, he was referring to Colonel Maluleke. Can you please assist and take over? Because what is happening here is a chaos.
Okay. So I'm assuming then it means that he had informed his colonel of the chaos.
Yes,
And
that is
his
why
colonel calls your colonel.
His colonel phoned my office, which later on I picked up that he phoned General Kado.
Okay. Then we can go to paragraph 8.
Warrant officer also pointed to me marked Poison's police vehicle, and he said to me he was contacted by his nephew, who is the police sergeant driving that marked Poison's vehicle that blocked the black Nissan buggy, which the driver wanted to drive away. That was the first information that I got. Rikhoso then said, Colonel Maluleke contacted General Kadwa, and they are suspecting bags in the black Nissan buggy are drugs. They could not take over the scene, and therefore I must talk to driver of the marked Poison buggy, to whom I introduced myself, and he became known to me as Sergeant Ndo.
Okay. Colonel, just so that we can see a better picture of what you were looking at, can we go to that exhibit bundle and let's go to page 19.
Yes, 19.
Yes, 19. If we can start with picture 2, because I think that shows.
Will it be
Maybe perhaps-
flighted? Thank you.
Maybe you can describe what we're seeing in that picture.
Okay, Commissioner, I think before I end, when you enter that company, there are 2 gates. You enter the first gate, then you are going to turn. Then when I turned, the first vehicle that I came across was this BMW. But I did not take notice of that it belongs to the people that are in here. Then that is when I proceeded to where this truck with a yellow cap is standing.
Okay, so when you say Warrant Officer Rokotso pointed you to a marked Boyson's police vehicle, what was he pointing you to?
Next to that truck, there is a white marked police buggy just standing in front of the black Nissan. But on this picture, it's not that much clearly visible. But how I know the scene, it is standing in front of the black buggy.
Lefa, please show photo 2 on the same page. Is it that one there?
That is correct, Commissioner.
Perhaps if we can go to page 40.
40.
Oh, my apologies. Let's start at page 37. Picture 33.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Yeah, can you confirm that's the marked vehicle, the police van? And
Yeah.
then you'll see behind it marked B.
Yes,
Is that the black buggy?
that is the black buggy.
And then a better picture or from a different angle is at page 40.
That is correct, is this one.
Page 41, photo 40.
Yes. If you can go to page 41,
Yes,
photo 40.
Yes, it's the one.
All right. Then you say that he told you that the marked police vehicle was blocking the black Nissan because the driver wanted to drive away.
He wanted to drive away.
This is now conveyed to you by records from the nephew.
Yes.
All right.